ever since I was born, I had this power, this light, this source. I was connected to the ancient being inside of us, to God, source, universe. And, I was blessed with this prosperity. And people saw this in me. And I don't know, for some reason, they wanted it for themselves. And so they treated me like a slave, and they put me down, they made fun of me, and they used me, and they abused me, and they hid me in a group and tried to, just use me for their own selfish purpose so they could prosper, but yet leaving me with nothing, neglected, treated badly, treated like garbage. I love that word because it's so true. It just represents exactly how I felt. And, it took me years to take my power back and cut these cords and finally get free of these systems and programs and people. And, these groups would treat me really badly and then talk bad about me to other people because they didn't want other people to see my worth, and they didn't want me to know my worth. They didn't want me to know that I was the source, that I was the prosperity, that everybody who came near me was covered and started to prosper. Except me. They were taking it from me and leaving me with nothing. And, that's why I stand up for what I do now. My price went up. I know my worth. And, I deserve to be appreciated, to be, treated with respect, to be given credit where it's due. And, I stand for the misfits. I stand for the odd ones out. I stand for the people that were, made fun of and didn't really fit in, because I know what it was like. When you have a certain frequency and you're, authentic, you make people uncomfortable because your presence disrupts their performance, their masks, because they're functioning from lower frequencies. That's why they're feeding off of you and siphoning your energy. And so it's really important that we learn how to love ourselves and to connect with the God inside of us, so he can guide us away from these people trying to hurt us and elevate us, and, allow ourselves to take our power back and to be treated the way that we deserve, and to use our gifts and to prosper ourselves, and to give our energy to people that do appreciate us, that lift us up, so we can join together in love. And that's what I'm all about.